In this video, I will be talking about the 4% rule. If you're just starting to learn about personal finance or still need to start, chances are you are new to this concept. This topic is important because the 4% rule is something you'll need to know when you're saving for retirement. So in this video, I will cover all you need to know about the 4% rule so that you can start making savvy financial moves for your future. What is the 4% rule? The 4% rule is a helpful guideline for retirees to determine how much money they should withdraw from their retirement accounts each year. The purpose of adopting the rule is to keep a consistent income stream while preserving a sufficient overall account balance for future years. The withdrawals will most likely be made up of interest and savings dividends. Experts are divided on whether the 4% withdrawal rate is the best option. Many believe 5% is a better guideline for all, including the rule's creator, and some warn that given the state of interest rates, 3% would be a better bet. Understanding the 4% rule. Some financial advisors and retirees use the 4% rule as a general formula to determine a comfortable but secure retirement income. The length of one's life is crucial in evaluating whether or not the rate is sustainable. Longer living retirees want larger portfolios because as they get older, their costs for healthcare and other expenses may rise. History of the 4% rule. Financial planner William Benjamin questioned the conventional wisdom that withdrawing 5% annually in retirement was a safe bet in 1994 by reviewing historical data on stock and bond returns over 50 years, from 1926 to 1976. Benjamin concluded that virtually every conceivable economic scenario, even the more turbulent ones, would permit a 4% withdrawal rate during the year they retired. Then they would adjust for inflation each subsequent year for 30 years based on a thorough analysis of the half-century worth of market data. A quick reminder, if you've enjoyed the video so far, consider subscribing as we frequently upload informative and educational videos. Let's continue. Advantages and disadvantages of the 4% rule. The 4% rule can increase the likelihood that your retirement savings will last the rest of your life, but it cannot ensure that. The rule doesn't necessarily forecast the future because it is based on the market's historical performance. If market conditions change, an investing plan that was deemed safe in the past may no longer be so in the future. There are several circumstances in which the 4% rule might not work for a retiree. A high-risk investment vehicle's value can be lost during a severe market downturn considerably faster than it can with a standard retirement portfolio. Furthermore, the 4% rule is only effective if a retiree consistently adheres to it. When a retiree breaks the rule 1 year to splurge on a large purchase, the results can be devastating since the principal is reduced, directly influencing the compound interest that the retiree depends on to survive. Nonetheless, the 4% rule has several clear advantages. It is easy to follow and offers a consistent, dependable income. The 4% rule will also shield you from running out of money in retirement if successful. What the 4% rule doesn't account for. Not to discount the laborious work of William Benjamin and the financial community that supported his conclusion, but the 4% rule doesn't consider the countless variances in each person's unique situation. Here are a few things that a fixed 4% withdrawal rate in retirement doesn't take into account. Medical expenses. Most of us will experience them as we age, particularly during our golden retirement years. However, it is nearly impossible to foresee what medical expenses we will accrue. Some are also considerably more pricey than others. Life expectancy is a significant additional factor affecting the effectiveness of the 4% rule. Naturally, the longer you live, the longer your savings will need to last. Market fluctuations. It's doubtful that the economy will remain stable and steady throughout your retirement years. Withdrawing more than 4% annually may be acceptable in an atmosphere of strong economic growth, but you may need to reduce your spending in an era of economic uncertainty. Regrettably, no prescriptive guiding principle for money management is superior to merely monitoring your finances and acting accordingly if necessary. Personal tax rate. Your tax rate is a significant component and it depends on several things, such as the types of investment accounts you have, the size of those accounts, your other income, deductions, credits, and the state in which you reside. Should you use the 4% rule? Do the aforementioned specifics about what the 4% rule doesn't take into account, which is sometimes entirely unknown, invalidate the 4% rule? Not at all. It just needs to be modified for personal use. And that's the objective of the 4% rule and any other general financial advice. It's more of a well-informed starting point from which you may mindfully create your own unique retirement savings and spending plan rather than a strict directive on what to do. Although it doesn't address every issue related to retirement finances, many people find it to be a very helpful starting point. But the location of your retirement assets also affects whether the 4% rule applies to you. The 4% rule is less likely to apply to your holdings if you are primarily saving for retirement in a place other than a portfolio mainly comprised of stocks and bonds. Even then, 4% might not be ideal for your portfolio, depending on how stocks and bonds are distributed. So it might be appropriate now, but not in 20 or 30 years. In any event, determining the most sensible withdrawal rate is up to you and your financial planner. Most people find that managing their retirement savings involves striking a balance. They run the risk of running out of money if they withdraw too much too quickly. They risk not receiving the full benefit of their hard-earned savings if they don't take out enough money. For individuals who desire a rule of thumb to follow, the 4% rule is an easy-to-use solution. We hope you enjoyed learning about the 4% rule and that it has given you a better understanding of how to plan for retirement. It's an important concept to understand because having a sound financial plan is essential for living your best life in the future. So, make sure to keep this rule in mind when creating or revising your retirement plan. And remember to like and subscribe if you liked our videos so we can continue making more content like this.